Listen, Jerry talked about minor. I think there was a bit of talk about you for a while, under 14, I think under 16, I remember down in the Nina Co-op.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time Galway actually won the under 16 when you were involved.
Was it?
Yeah,
we won two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, what was it, 4 and 5, was it, or something, or 3 and 4, around that time. Yeah, we beat, actually, speaking of Patrick Horgan, he was playing against Cork that time as well, and we beat a Wexford team as well after a replay. Liam Griffin was over them, so I don't think we were really expected to win the cups, because we didn't win any under 14 or anything like that the years gone by, but they were good times, all right. I remember Shane Long was actually playing against us with Tipperary. I think, Skehill was singing a few songs to him, I think, that time back then. But
no Premiership tickets winged their way since or anything.
Not to Skehill anyway. But yeah, those were good times, all right, back then, and still good friends.
And on to our first photo on the screen this evening. You played in 3 minor finals. You won 2.
Yeah, that's back
good days as well.
Yeah, they were good days. It was back in the Gaelic gear days as well. I think it was 0-5, I think it was. So we won 4 5 and lost in 6. So they were, like, that was the backbone, I suppose, of those 2 under 16 All Ireland winning titles. So it was unfortunate we didn't do the 3 in a row, I suppose, at the time, but Matty Murphy was over us that time, and like the difference, I suppose now, and I'm looking at like my nephews and stuff playing, we were always told by Matty, like, if you weren't playing on your first team with the club, you were no good to him, minor level. So we were all like playing, I suppose, at senior club level. Like, I started when I was 15 playing with Portumna Seniors. So I think that was more of a thing to get on the minors nearly, more so than anything, because like,
it was the carrot almost to make your club team and get on.
For sure, because Matty, like, he believed that like playing senior club hurling in Galway would have strengthened you up and got you ready for inter-county minor, and it was probably
15 the no-look goal, Joe, against Kilkenny. That was sheer class. Let's take a look at it here now. Do you remember?
Terrible ball by Andy. It actually was, like, it's
when you look at that now, what do you see, or what do you say?
It was just
instinctive at the moment.
That's nothing that I could try any time. Like, that was just I actually like looked for the ball out the front, because there was loads of space, like, and Andy just hit it as long as he could, like, and that's all it was. It wasn't. And like,
predetermined.
9 times out of 10, I'll probably fall on my arse and I turn there. Do you know what I mean? So,
but when that moment of magic works, though, that's what makes the game.
Oh, it's great for spectators and stuff like that. But it's nice to do. But like, I'd never be able to do it again, probably. It's, one of them things. But
15, there was frustration.
Yeah.
Another chance gone a begging. Mihal came in. 16, you suffered one of your biggest injuries.
Yeah.
And ironically, even in the retirement from the inter-county game back with the club, you've now done an injury very similar to it as well now.
Very similar, yeah. It's mad. I was like talking about like injuries when I retired, and it's harder to get back and mind the body and stuff like that. And the first club championship match, I've done the exact same injury as I'd done in 19 with
you just wouldn't do a hamstring or something simply. You
I have to do a tendon.
Style again,
So tore the tendon off the pubic bone again. So, like 15 all Ireland, that was frustrating. Because obviously we were winning by a bit at half time and then just didn't turn up. But like, we weren't good enough. That's the simple fact of it. Like, if you're in All Ireland and you don't win, my thing is anyway, you're just not good enough on the day, and that's, you have to take it on the chin and move on. And that was a strange time.
We're looking at a picture of the famous point in the semi-final against Tip.
Last minute of injury time. He's inside his own 45. That is short. Dropping in dangerously, however. Oh! goalkeeper made a great save. James Barry gets it away. Well done to Brendan Gleeson, or Darren Gleeson rather, to keep that one out. And it comes out to Johnny Cohen. Galway looking for another.
I often think why Johnny turned around.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know?
That's another iconic moment, though, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, but like,
but again, I go back to it happens instinctively on the moment.
yeah, like a few minutes before that, I got a point just from the same place nearly. So like,
Is confidence a major factor in, like, when you were in the zone, when you know you're, you know?
yeah, but like, I missed. Like, I could have been probably taken off at half time in that match. I think I missed maybe 2 or 3 frees, and things didn't go right for me in the first half.
Tell us, Joe, retirement. I mean, you caught a lot of this on the hop now, right?
Yeah.
We say coming out of 18, could have been 16, 17, 18, could have been 2, 3 in a row. 19, obviously there was the disappointment of the early legs that you suffered that injury as well against Waterford in the league semi. 20, I mean, was it 7 sideline cuts? You hit 4 alone against Limerick. At what stage did retirement start coming into your head? Obviously you didn't walk into the dressing room after you were beaten by Waterford. It was obviously a thought process. And what was driving that thought process for you?
I think it was down to injuries and how, like, I train and how my body withstood inter-county training at the moment. To be straight up about it, if we beat Limerick and probably got to an All-Ireland in 2020.
2020, yeah, when you were.
I was probably going to, like, that's your ideal situation, to go in an All-Ireland final and hopefully win it and go. It was there, yeah.
The mind,
yeah, it was there, because like even last year, like I never got a full run of a couple of weeks training. There was always something niggling away, and like by the time of the Waterford match, like I had like I broke kind of my thumb before, and I kind of damaged ligaments in it again this year against Waterford. I tore a little bit of the hamstring, which was at me for probably 5 weeks after that. Then my heel as well. I had a pain in my heel.
So it was a combination.
So like, there was loads of stuff. Like I was going in, and I was nearly afraid to tell the physios, there's something else wrong with me today. Like, do you know? And that's the way it was. Like, I didn't even really tell them about my heel. I was just padding it up and trying to just get on with things. And it's not the way to. It's tough to realise that it's the end of the road, but you have to be big enough to actually admit that maybe it's time to go now. So it was on my mind. Like, obviously, I believed that we could win the All-Ireland this year and then be perfect. But once we lost to Waterford, I was on the field and that was it. Went over to Dad in the stand, and Ivan was there, and Mam was actually on the phone. I didn't realise because Mam didn't go to the match, so I just said to her on the phone, I said, "That's it. That's the last day." And I think she was surprised because nobody knew. Like, so I didn't tell anybody. Like, that was.
There was a shock factor. Like,
yeah. Like, I told Mam on the phone, told Dad, and I told Ivan, and I think a few more people that was around kind of heard it. I actually got a letter off a kid that was there. He wrote me a letter and he said, I was actually the kid that was beside you at the thing. Yeah, it was funny enough. Because I didn't think anybody else really heard it, but obviously the people there. And I told the lads in the dressing room then after.
And they kept it well now, in fairness.
Yeah, well, I asked them, and I asked the county board.